Hey, Mean Matt here. So,
Yeah,
Backlash is coming up.
See what happens, and it's gonna be very cool, man. I mean, I can't wait. It's not gonna be as good as In Your House, I can tell you that much. But we'll
Hey,
see.
Mean Matt here, and I'm Killer Kyle. Welcome to another episode of Wheels of Fury. Hey, Mean Matt here, and this is Killer Kyle, and this is another episode, the season premiere episode of Wheels of Fury, and this is a different format, and I figured why not? It's another week and a whole another 2 weeks, but you know, gotta do what we gotta do. And yeah, so yeah. WrestleMania Backlash is next week, and I thought, what the hell? Let's do another look back at last year's Backlash. Now, obviously, I didn't see it on TV, but I know you did. You must have. And
right.
Yeah, I saw some of it, and yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways. Let's start things off with, let's not go in order, I guess. We'll do the Raw Women's Championship. We've got Asuka versus Nia Jax. And that was a pretty good match, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I think Asuka won, if you remember.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, it was a pretty good match. I know that in WrestleMania Backlash, you got that triple threat with Charlotte Flair and Rhea Ripley. So, I mean, that should be cool. I think that Nia Jax and Asuka had a really good feud leading up to NXT when they were on the show. So that was pretty cool.
Yes.
Yeah. So now we have this match. We have a handicap match. This one was for the Universal Championship. Braun Strowman versus Johnny Drip Drip and The Miz. And I thought this match was kind of... it didn't really need to happen. I mean, they keep putting Braun Strowman in these situations, I guess. And this was just kind of off. This might have been actually when John Morrison got injured.
I think so.
Yeah. I mean, it was a kind of a squash match, I think. I know that The Miz and Morrison, as much as they tried to defeat Braun Strowman, I don't know how the hell that would have worked either.
Yeah, I don't know either.
It's kind of like a fucking Lay Cool thing with the Women's Championship. I don't know. Anyways, Braun Strowman obviously retained. Which...
Yeah.
Yeah. Can't wait to see him win the WWE title, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So we have a triple threat for the Tag Team Women's Championship. Because Sasha Bailey, who took on Nikki and Alexa versus the Iconics.
You know, that goes to show you what a difference a year can make.
Oh, I know.
Because you think about it. Sasha and Bailey are no longer a team. The Iconics are no longer even with the company.
Yeah, I feel like, yeah, I'm pretty sure you agree with me on this, but the fact that, you know, you take a team from NXT, like the Iconics, and these two ladies, who I actually thought were sisters, or best friends, you know, that come over from Australia, they have great matches, and, you know, they fucked it up by breaking up the Iconics. I will never understand that because these two did not need to be broken up. These two did not need to be broken up. You know, they were the first ever women's, actually no, second, I guess, ever women's tag team title champions. And it's unfortunate because these two should have still been a tag team. But of course, you know, we gotta pair Lacey Evans with Peyton Royce and have this comedic tag team. And, you know, Billie Kay trying to be a team with Ruby Riott and Liv Morgan. And it's like, now they're gone. So,
Yeah.
like I imagined, Shawn Spears is married to Peyton Royce, so apparently they're going to make the debut on AEW, so, you know, it's just one of those things where that's just stupid. And it shouldn't have fucking happened either. But there it is. You know.
Like, it seems they had really big plans for Peyton. Bailey, I don't really know if they had big plans for her, and then, you know, she's doing this whole thing where she's got, you know, a headshot and a resume and going around and giving it to different people trying to, I don't know, find a tag team partner, you know, get a job doing anything, whatever.
Right.
And Peyton seemed to be really excelling as a singles competitor,
Right.
and it all just went straight south.
Yeah. And it really fucking sucked. But, I mean, Bailey and Sasha retained the titles. Obviously, we know what happens from there. And, I mean, yeah, I really just, I hate it. I really hated it. And then, you know, the fact of the matter is that I hope they do better in AEW. Like, a lot of people seem to be doing a lot better in different companies. And it's a shame because they really have potential in WWE. So.
Yeah.
Alright, so now we have another letdown, I should say, although he's actually in Mexico doing things with Rouge. Anyways, we've got the present Intercontinental Champion, Apollo Crews, who was the U.S. champion at the time, who went against Andrade.
Yeah.
And two different styles. I think these two they put on a really good match. You know, unfortunately, I think Apollo went over this one. But it's a shame what they, you know, did with them afterwards, you know. I mean, look where they are now, basically. I mean, it's cool to see Babatunde, or whatever the fuck his name is, you know, as a bodyguard for Apollo, and Apollo is now Intercontinental Champion, but for what cost? And then Andrade he's not the Sombra anymore, but he's with Rouge, and now apparently going to be challenging, or wanting to challenge Kenny Omega for the AEW Championship, which would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I liked it. So now we have this match. It was kind of in bad taste, in my opinion. I don't know what you thought about it. Sheamus versus Jeff Hardy.
That whole rivalry was, yeah, you could say in bad taste, but it's also like, okay, why are we rehashing Jeff's past? Like,
Yeah.
yes, he had his problems, had his demons, all this other stuff. Can we not just let that go?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, that really bothered me because, it's just like, yeah, they always have to drag that in the mud, and they did that with CM Punk as well. And
Yeah.
whatever, so I mean, and I really like the lead up to it though, because I mean, eventually you had Jeff Hardy beat Sheamus in a bar fight match. So that was,
Yeah, that was good.
yeah, that was pretty cool. And I mean, the car accident bullshit thing, and then of course,
Yeah.
whatever. It just, yeah. Anyways, I believe Sheamus won this match though, which also pissed me off because it didn't really do anything. I mean, obviously it did in the long run. Like I said, Jeff Hardy won the last match they had. But,
Yeah.
I just don't understand what happened there. I mean, they put on one hell of a fight, and once again, Jeff Hardy was one of the best high flyers, or as I called him at one time, jump. And then, of course, Sheamus is one of the toughest motherfuckers in the WWE. So,
I mean, talk about what a difference a year can make. Go from Jeff Hardy and a rivalry with Sheamus, and then fast forward sometime later till basically Backlash to a Backlash just about, and now Sheamus is US champ.
yeah,
So I mean,
it all comes full circle, I guess.
exactly.
Yeah. Alright, well, let's get this shit fussed over with, because I really didn't like this match. Yeah, I think you know which one I'm talking about. Yeah, the Street Profits and the Viking Raiders.
What was it called? Viking Profits?
Yeah.
Or Street Raider? Whatever
Yeah.
the heck it was. That was interesting.
Yeah. And again, I mean, it was a great concept, Anything you can do, we can do better. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, that was fine and everything. They did bowling and everything. I don't like the fact that they used Hanson as, hey, you're good looking and whatever. And I mean, that was fine for like one segment, and then they just played it to death. But, I mean, this match was obviously the cinematic match, and so they fought, wrestled, whatever, all over the place. And they ended up in a dumpster. You've got Akira Tozawa and some racist ninja thing. And of course...
That was stupid.
Yes, exactly.
Like, the whole thing with the Viking Raiders and the Street Profits, that was actually entertaining. Then when they got Tozawa as the leader of this, motorcycle ninja group gang thing, that was like, okay, what's the point of this?
Yeah. Yeah, that was dumb. Well, of course, you had Amos as the tall black ninja, but yeah, it was just probably fucking dumb.
Yeah.
And I believe the Viking Raiders lost, but I mean, it was a good idea that, I mean, you didn't like the Firefly Funhouse match at WrestleMania was Cena and Wyatt. And I kind of liked it. Now, I don't know if you I don't know if you like this match. I just thought it was the shits. I really did.
Speaking of Omos, though, I mean, yeah, he's in this weird storyline as like the giant ninja, if you will. And now all of a sudden he's Raw Tag Team Champions with AJ Styles?
Oh, I know.
What?
Talk about full circle, I guess, once again. And, you know, last time we did, like when we did the WrestleMania predictions, you were saying how much Omos needs character. And I was watching Raw, and it looks like he has character now. Like, he looks more enthusiastic,
well,
I guess.
I just think now that they have him talk,
Yeah.
it's like, okay, now that we're progressing in the right direction with him, let's keep it going and see what happens and see where it goes.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it should be fun to see where it goes. I mean, AJ Styles is a veteran. He's fucking Grand Slam champion wherever he goes. Like, I believe TNA, you know, Ring of Honor, I'm not sure about. Japan, probably. I mean, we listed his credentials when we did one video.
Yes.
So, I mean, he is one of the GOATs in the wrestling business. So, yeah, that's pretty much all I can say. But so we have the WWE Championship match. The guy, and this was kind of ironic because you had Bobby Lashley this year at WrestleMania going on to beat Drew McIntyre, but he was already the champion, whereas last year for Backlash, you've got Bobby Lashley going for the WWE Championship. And again, two houses that definitely put on one hell of a match.
Right.
Yeah. But, I mean, Drew McIntyre definitely won, which I thought was the right call at the time.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that say, well, Bobby should have got the belt much sooner than he did, but as I always think, you know, better than never, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, and again, you know, they're going to have another match at WrestleMania Backlash, except Braun Strowman's going to be in there, and yeah, we'll get to that when we get to that. But that should be another good fight. Now we go on to a match that we've all been waiting for, which was the main thing on the show, basically. Greatest wrestling match of all time, or whatever.
Oh, yes.
Now, you saw Randy Orton talk about this on the Stone Cold Broken Skull Ranch, and he was saying, you know, and we all know it's not the greatest wrestling match, that's how they put it. You had two guys that went in, you know, they didn't have an audience, but Vince wants to put in, like, noise, and Adam and Randy are like, well, no, that's going to ruin things and make it stupid. But they did it anyways. But, I mean, I think the coolest part of that, too, was Howard Finkel's voice coming down the Madison Square Garden mic.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool. And this was a good match as well. You had a lot of great wrestling holds and shit like that. And they really put on a good show. I mean, Edge won at WrestleMania, so I guess it would have made sense to have Randy Orton win this match. But
Yeah.
obviously, for the cost, you know, he was out of action for almost, I guess, a year. Well, it's a few months. The torn tricep. So,
6 or 7 months, something like that.
yeah. So hopefully he'll be back in action again. I mean, he was at WrestleMania this year. Unfortunately, he didn't win, but who knows when he's coming back. But, I mean, we'll see what happens. I guess Roman still needs an opponent for Backlash this year, so I'm not quite sure. But, anyways, I actually think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I think this is a pretty good setup. But I know we said that we were going to be together again, but obviously another week and we should be good to go. And who knows what's going to happen. I still wanted to do the season premiere, and I thought that would be fine. So here it is, and this is better than nothing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it should be a good show next week. WrestleMania Backlash.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anything else you want to say before we go?
Considering the way things are right now, at least we still are able to pump out videos, so hopefully within the next little while we'll be able to be together in person and do these videos, but in the meantime, we'll work with what we got and go from there.
Yeah, this sucks. It does, I won't lie. But it is what it is. But, I mean, yeah, WrestleMania Backlash is going to be next week. And what's that? Oh,
Under Siege?
Under Siege Impact, yes.
Yeah.
So that should be fun. Anyways, for me and Matt, this is Killer Kyle. And we will talk to you next time. Deuces.